Welcome in to this Tuesday edition, Blue Sky Live. Here with you this morning, Chase Parham and Neal McCready. No one in the Clark Ford studio, but that's okay. We'll tell you about Clark Ford in a minute. Neal in Palm Desert, California. Ole Miss basketball to face Iowa, 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit. Play the Hawkeyes, who have a new look roster. Get into that a little bit. Grand Canyon or Utah up next for the Rebels tomorrow night. Maybe late, maybe really late from a Central Time standpoint, but a lot of today's focus on Lane Kiffin's press conference yesterday. He spoke around, I don't know, 12:30, 12:45, something like that yesterday. So we'll get into that and much more here on the show. Show brought to you every day by Blue Sky locations throughout the state of Mississippi, up and down I-55 throughout North Mississippi as well, taking care of you with Sweet Daddy stops. Everything from lunch specials, $5.69, couple sides bread, any size fountain drink, to their brisket, their catering options, and much more. So again, wherever you are in Mississippi, a Blue Sky and a Sweet Daddy is not far away. And again, Clark Ford is in Amory, Mississippi.
It is, and you can reach Clark Ford by calling them at 662-257-1900. Call that number, ask for our buddy Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for, and he will send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, right to the bottom line. There's no hassle. There's no haggle. You get your quote. The rest is up to you. You can shop that quote around. You can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do, and that's hop into a Clark Ford today, 662-257-1900. Guests join on the Campbell Clinic hotline. From fractures and sports injuries to complex spine and limb conditions, the pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized pediatric orthopedic team in North Mississippi, providing expert care for growing bodies. Visit campbellclinicoxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111. And as Chase mentioned, I'm in Palm Desert, California, about 1.8 miles, I think, from Acrisure Arena, where Ole Miss plays Iowa tonight. Here in the desert, our coverage of Ole Miss basketball is brought to you by Funky's. If you're looking for a place to hang out tonight, tomorrow night, could be really late tomorrow night. Let's hope not. Let's hope it's another 8:30 Central Time start. That would be awesome. Tomorrow night, check out Funky's. Grab you a slice, a daiquiri, a beer, whatever the case may be. And then, of course, on Friday, if you are not headed to Starkville, want a place to watch the Egg Bowl, get away from Black Friday shopping, head to Funky's right off the square in Oxford.
As we told you yesterday, we've got the Venmo link there. Again, not asking for anything, just simply if you would like to avoid giving a good bit to Google from a super chat standpoint. Always appreciate super chats, have for years now. So that is another option. But if you do that, please capitalize Venmo in your comment. Want to make that as illuminating as possible. You can also put the question there in the comment section. So just throwing that out, explaining for any of our new followers, listeners here in the past several days. That's why we're doing that. Also, we have a helmet winner. I did look it up last night, got that taken care of. And the second Realtree themed Ole Miss helmet, the one that we gave away after the Florida game last week, Tyler Jordan was in the stream, said, "Hey, let's give away another helmet." So we have done that. What we did was we said after 12:30 or at 12:30 a.m. following the show, the 34th person to email the keyword won the helmet, and that is let's see, we won't dox him. It's Gin and Deuce from the message board is who won said helmet. So he's got the helmet. I've sent him an email this morning. One note on that is probably going to be a minute, just because they have the option of wearing the helmets again. So we have to be done with the helmets for the moment. So that's kind of how that works. But get the helmet to you as soon as possible there from Realtree. Appreciate them. We'll have a watch party brought to you by Realtree coming up this weekend. I'm a little concerned all of a sudden. I just had a computer thing telling me my disk space is almost full. That's not good. So might have to go through and delete a few things while we're talking.
Could
just
be.
saying. Yeah, I don't know. I got a little frazzled there. So while I'm doing this, let me delete a couple things. Tell me sort of how you came upon Lane's press conference yesterday. Kind of what you thought. You got what he said, what he meant up at rebels247.com. By the way, 75% off with rebels247.com starting today. So if you haven't taken the plunge, it's a very cost-effective way of doing so as well. So you were sort of out of pocket. I was there. I'll talk about it in a minute. But what did you glean from yesterday?
Well, I won't dox anyone, but I was working. I was a little bit of scramble mode. My plans with Chris Beard had been moved, so I was adjusting some schedules, doing some things. I was actually recording the regular season finale of the Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, and had just finished that and was about to start with Tyler when my phone blew up. I mean, blew up with, "Oh my God, is this real?" Things of that nature from people who normally are not super dramatic. And so I thought it must have been an absolute train wreck. And so I finally got around to watching it. Um, it wasn't a train wreck at the beginning. It got weird near the end, which is sort of runs parallel with the Lane Kiffin
About to say
experience at Ole Miss.
that's not an uncommon situation. But yeah, go ahead.
Maybe there's a theme. Um, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm sort of exhausted of thoughts about all of this. To me, it's very clear what he's doing. I find it to be sort of sad, honestly. I think there's a real chance that he looks back on this and this is a massive career regret, a completely unforced error that haunts him. I heard Joel Klatt talking, I believe, yesterday. I saw it this early this morning. I don't know where he was speaking, what venue it was on. I apologize that I was it was 5 a.m. here. I was making myself sort of wake up. Um, and he said, the only thing you really have as a coach is credibility. And when you give that away, it takes a long time to get it back. Lane is very clearly, and listen, he might be right. He's very, and if he is right, it's sad for the sport that everyone loves. If he's right, that this is all, everything is just transactional now. That these kids are just basically mercenaries. They don't have any feelings. They don't have any sense of belonging. They don't have any loyalty. They're just mercenaries. They're just paid mercenaries. If he's right, that's really sad. But he's banking on that. He thinks this isn't going to hurt him. He'll go to LSU or look, Florida has this weird confidence that suddenly has me going, I don't know, maybe. I still think it's LSU. But he's going to go to one of those places, I suppose, and I think he's gambling that the kids will come for the money and that he's that good of a coach. And he is absolutely that good of a coach. So if the kids come for the money and they don't need to believe in him, maybe he'll win really big there too. And we all love winning and our attention spans are basically zero these days. And maybe this will be forgotten. But I agree with Klatt when he says this is sort of disastrous for the sport that you have a coach leaving a program for a rival program that he beat earlier this season so that he can go take the job now, as opposed to going, hey, the timing's not right here. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to coach this team. And if it means another year, another 2 years, another 3 years at Ole Miss, then so be it. That's what I'm going to do. So I thought the press conference was one where he couldn't say anything, so he didn't say anything. Media did their job. Media asked questions. He was pretty respectful about answers until near the end, where I think he was beginning to lose his cool with it. And then Kyle Campbell put a stop to it, and that was that. You and I talked about this yesterday, Chase. It's the last time that he's going to talk to media, frankly, as the coach of the Ole Miss Rebels. The next time he'll talk to media, other than the production meeting he'll do with the ABC crew at some point at Thanksgiving Day, the only time he'll talk to the media again will be post game. And I think post game, in his mind, there's a real chance he's not the coach of Ole Miss anymore.
Meaning that's simply the end at that point if he is indeed following through with it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're right and everybody else is right, I seem to be like the lone skeptical holdout here, and that might just be my personality that thinks this thing could still linger in the next week. But if everyone else is right and and this is getting announced somewhere Saturday and it's coming to an end, then yeah, it's over Friday. He'll walk out of that place, probably change into clothes that don't have Ole Miss on them, and never wear them again. I think the mental process of I've done my job, assuming they win, I've done my job. We went 11-1. They're going to the playoffs. I'm heading to my next venture. So that next media opportunity might be a lot different than that one yesterday. That one felt like corporate messaging on both sides. Like the CAA people had given him some media tools to go into it with that he used, and it felt like the Ole Miss side had said, "Hey man, there's some things you need to be cool. You know, you still represent us. We're still paying you. At least pretend, right?"
Yeah, I mean, because look, I mean, here's what I think. I mean, and it's an opinion, but it's an opinion that I agree with. Is that, or the opinion that I feel pretty strongly about. I do. I think Lane Kiffin is going to make an announcement sometime Saturday, and by that I mean LSU makes an announcement sometime Saturday. Florida makes an announcement sometime Saturday. Whatever that ends up looking like, in some world where he gets emotional and decides to say Ole Miss will make an announcement, and if he doesn't make an announcement and tries to kick the can, then Ole Miss I think is going to make the announcement for him. That is my opinion. I think it leaves his hands after Saturday with whatever best case scenario is for Ole Miss to pursue that avenue. We've talked about some of the potential possibilities, and I'm pretty set on I believe that is where this thing is headed. Should he not do that?
Yeah, no, I absolutely believe you. And logically, that tells me that's what's coming because that's the cleanest way to handle this. I will reiterate something I said yesterday because I feel even stronger about it now. In a world where he is deciding to stay at Ole Miss, and of the four options you just gave, I think I'd rank that fourth. They need to come up with a real strong messaging plan and help because that yesterday did nothing but throw wood on the fire. No, it was just not. That is not the look of a 10-1 coach about to coach a rivalry game to clinch a bid in the playoffs the day before the playoff committee does its rankings. That was not the words or appearance or actions of someone who has any interest in being there in the future.
No, he looked like he was going to a root canal for a
Yeah, I
portion of
mean,
that yesterday. That's what it
oh,
looked like.
a marriage counselor would have looked at that person in the marriage and said, looked at the other person and said, "It's over. You're, they're gone. You're not. This is not reparable."
Few super or Venmo super chats. Appreciate you guys real quick. Blake, you've been really active the last few days. Good to hear from you again. Everybody's in college. It's good and gotten so out of hand. Neil's pulled his hair out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Neil will agree there. Jack, appreciate you. Says Lane leaves and Summerall goes to Auburn. Who would be your next 2 to 3 guesses at the Ole Miss coach? I don't know yet, honestly. I'm in a weird spot on where that heads. Should that not be the case, that is sort of my goal for today. In a way, is to decipher some of that and what that would look like. Because I just don't have much of an answer right now. Probably a bad answer, but I think you're in big swing mode, and then Summerall, depending on timing, is absolutely your top choice from that point.
Um, yes, to Drew, was yesterday's presser that different than most of his Monday pressers? Yes, yes, it absolutely was. I mean, it's yes. Um, so I mean, I agree with you. I think they at least need to have the perception. I think perception matters right now. I think it always matters to a degree, but I think it matters that it looks like they scoured the country a little bit. I don't know how you do that. And then as long as John Summerall is not committed to Florida or Auburn or whoever, I think it's pretty obvious just based on what people are saying, people who know him, people who are familiar, that I think he is Ole Miss's most logical target. It's well known that John really enjoyed his time at Oxford, has a lot of connections there, really likes Ole Miss, and it's at least rumored, and that's probably too light of a word, that if he can get the Ole Miss job, it's the job he would prefer. I don't know that. I've heard it from enough people to believe that there's likely some truth to that, but I can't sit here and tell you that I know that. And in a world where it's not John, I don't really know. Here's the thing: you have some other people whose names are out there, and yet you don't know whether that is agents pushing pushing names out there a little bit to get better deals where they are. Clark Lee's an example. His name floats a little bit. Um, he like me is probably very upset right now that he was he was robbed recently. Absolutely, an award was stolen from him that he deserved, and so I'm sure that he's having a difficult time with that. But he might be one win at Tennessee away from taking Vanderbilt to the playoffs. I don't know that Clark Lee would leave the Commodores in a lurch in December after taking them to the playoffs. Um, there's been some Brent Key talk at Penn State, at other places. I don't know whether that is because Brent Key's trying to work out a little better deal at his alma mater, whether he's trying to get Georgia Tech to kind of go all in, or whether he's seriously looking, and if he were, whether Ole Miss would have any interest. I'm like you, we really haven't gotten to that stage of coaching search coverage because, frankly, I think the coaching search got started in earnest probably late last week. And they were doing
Mhm.
some other things. They had turnkey and stuff like that, but that's pretty standard tilling of the earth, if you will. You're not really bringing in the construction crew. You're just kind of getting the site prepared in case you decide to build on it. I think the last few days have been the first time that they've actually started bringing some wood and concrete and steel and stuff out there and getting started, if you will.
Yeah, because you were able to, like I said, you were able to do tons of background, and then this week, I think, I mean, if you're Keith Carter, that's completely the only place that you're focused at this point because it's what matters. You have to be ready in case, and we'll see where that goes as the week plays out. But I mean, I think that's 100% what you're doing. You're not getting a team ready. You're trying to do two things. You're trying to find another coach if you need one, and you're trying to get an internal answer from Lane Kiffin should that be even somewhat of a possibility. Um, because that is worth its weight in gold is knowing what he is going to do prior or as early as possible, whatever that looks like. So I think those are your two goals if you're Keith Carter. Andre, appreciate you as always. Says I believe Kiffin's doing irreversible damage to his image that he will never be able to get back. Also, Neil, how was the beer and the Pacers? Maybe the worst team in the NBA. Don't know why I watch. Andre's from up there, so he's a Pacers fan. Yeah, irreversible is an interesting word because it depends on what you're talking about. If he goes to LSU and he wins, then over time people just make it another part of the Lane Kiffin experience and almost make it folklore and ridiculous. And there's some semblance of forgiveness in that just because it's who he is as a person. Um, but
Or you can
what's
always
funny
forget.
about this is like you said yesterday, and we've said multiple times to this is so different than Tennessee. This is way worse than Tennessee. Like Tennessee can't hold a candle. His exit from Tennessee is not even the same stratosphere as what this is. Like I don't like the comparisons because there is some
Terrible. It's a terrible
justification
comparison.
to that. Whereas this, because the thing with this is, it wouldn't matter if he were undefeated and ranked number two in the country. He's just doing what he's doing. So I don't like that situation where that's the symmetry people play because it's not relevant and it's not the way that this thing works. Beer, Neil, how was your beer last night?
Beer was good. I went to this place called La Quinta Brewing Company. It's very near my hotel, and I was getting tired. I knew I was getting tired. I went for a long walk yesterday. Um, I got back and did just the last little bit of work that I had to do, and went to get some dinner. And it was trivia night, so it was packed. But I noticed that they had. You're not a big beer person, Chase. There's a
I am
beer
not.
called it's Russian River Brewing Company, and it's in somewhere California. I can't remember exactly where. Anyway, they have a beer called Pliny the Elder that always wins all these awards, and I've obviously never seen it before in the wild. and I saw it, and I was like, I'm gonna give that a shot. It was really good. It was really good. It was fun. I watched the Monday night game for a little while, and then I got back here and I crashed. It hit me last night. Like finally, if you've had multiple days in a row where we've kind of worked around the clock, and it sort of hit me, and I passed out. I did not see the Pacers last night. I did not see any NBA last night. I got back to the room. I actually turned on Family Guy and fell asleep with it on.
So it's that popular and that notable of a beer, but you can't get it nationwide. It's just not available. Like
Yeah,
it's only
it's
regional.
only basically only available in California. It's good.
It's an
It was really
interesting
good.
situation. I mean, I guess that makes it more notable, but it's interesting that they haven't expanded just because it would sell and do well, or if that's part of the mystique or how that business venture works.
Yeah, I'd actually love to hear more about it. I don't know whether it's because if they feel like if they had to mass produce it more, that it wouldn't be as good. I don't know whether they want to keep it that way. Who knows? I mean, some people just want to dominate their little kingdom. They don't want to dominate the whole world. Not everybody's that way. Maybe they're just happy with where they are. They're in their little corner of California.
Austin says, "Can I be unmuted on YouTube?" I don't know that I had you muted on YouTube, Austin. So yeah, I will figure that out for you. I'll give you another chance. I have no idea what you did, or even that I did anything. But hey, we are benevolent people. We want to help where we can. So if you want to send something, put it in front of us. Happy to assist you there with that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And then Eric, I appreciate you. Good to see you. 40 chess is out. I don't think 40 chess was ever in, but yes, 40 chess is out. He says, gun to your head. Exact way this plays out, 90% chance Saturday he's not our coach, 90% chance he is suspended. Look, it is a complete guess. I think that if he does not make a decision himself, that would be the most likely route is some form of suspension with pay. But again, when I say yes, that is not educated in any capacity. The only thing that's somewhat educated is that the decision will be taken out of Lane Kiffin's hands from that point. The mechanisms that happens, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if you came out of yesterday with anything positive regarding Ole Miss's keeping Lane Kiffin or Lane Kiffin keeping Ole Miss, I mean, it would have to be simply that you believe at the end of the day, some emotional thing kicks in on Friday from some tangible experience. There's just nothing there. So that's where we are as we move forward into Tuesday around noon. I mean, it's true.
No, I
It's
mean,
it's
I will say this, and I mean this sincerely. I wish, and I've had people say you're making fun of optimistic people, and I am not. I actually wish I could have just a couple of days of my life to go through with just the belief that everything's good, everything's going to be great, and everything is going to work out. I mean, I wish I could get there. Just to see what
Neil is
that
envious,
felt.
is what he's saying. So yes,
I am. I am. I think these people are bad wrong, but I don't know whether that makes the crash worse. I mean, I don't like you. I don't know how you can follow the last 2 weeks in particular, and probably longer. I don't know how you can follow that and go, yeah, this guy's staying. I
yeah.
don't know where you reach that conclusion. I just logically it makes no sense to me at all.
No, because again, if he's staying, then it's been absolutely the worst PR situation imaginable, and just like I said, just not just chopping your foot off, but chopping your entire body apart in small little pieces just for the hell of it at this point. So, I mean, if so, great, we'll discuss that at time, but that's where we are. So, all right, back in a minute. First, NeSpark, the fastest, most reliable fiber internet option available. Whether you're streaming the Rebels or connecting with family and friends, they offer both residential and business packages with speeds up to 2 gigabits. To learn more, register for service. That's nespark.com. NeSpark, get connected, stay local.
We're brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Different names, same great people, products, and services. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer 662-801-1777. If you live in Hernando, Memphis, South Haven, those areas, call Southern 662-429-4429. We're brought to you by Lapels Dry Cleaning. They're proudly serving the Oxford community since 2016. Lapels takes care of everything from suits and formal dresses to comforters and everyday laundry. Even better, they offer free pickup and delivery to make life easier. Just call 662-638-3149 to be added to their pickup and delivery route, or visit them at 3010 Old Taylor Road, right across from the Mark Condominiums. Mention Rebels 24/7 or MPW Digital. Get 50% off your first order. Trust lapels to keep you looking your best. We're brought to you by ENT Physicians of North Mississippi. As the largest ENT practice in the state, their goal is simple: delivering fast, expert, comprehensive care for patients of all ages with ENT, allergy, sinus, dizziness, balance, and voice-related needs. With same-day or next-day appointments with ENT urgent care for that annoying cough or sore throat, in-office CT scans, and same-day allergy testing, and access to their comprehensive audiology team, offering a full range of services from hearing aids and custom hearing protection to potential surgical options. ENT Physicians of North Mississippi are committed to removing barriers to care. They now have new locations in New Albany and Starkville, in addition to Tupelo, Corinth, and more. Get more details at entnorthmississippi.com or call 662 844 6513. Are you retiring soon? How long should you wait to take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can only be answered with the personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Sego Wealth Management, specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. Whether you meet at his office in Collierville or prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting. See what they can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com.
Podcast also brought to you by G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area and offer medicine for your prescription same time each month. Take care of you. One trip to the pharmacy, one delivery. You have everything you need it when you need it from G&M. So again, whether that's in Oxford or Holly Springs, 662-236-2222. Yeah, real quick on that. Let me just tell you, a couple people asking. I will be in Memphis today. If you would like to come by, we can talk all the Lane Kiffin you want. I'll subject myself to that for 90 minutes at Restaurant Iris. We are doing that at 4:30. Get to see my boy Kelly English. Snacks and cocktails available there, 4:30 to 6, and then next door at Novel, book signing 6 to 7. You can get those things, come hang out, and then still have plenty of time to make that Ole Miss tip on television tonight at 8:30 for the Rebels and the Hawkeyes. Neil's very excited about the late night, and he is very much an Ole Miss fan for tomorrow because that is one
Yes.
late puppy if the Rebels lose tonight.
Yeah, my Iowa fandom's going to have to take a back seat tonight to just practicality. If Ole Miss wins tonight, they will play either Utah or Grand Canyon tomorrow night at the same time, 6:30 Pacific time, which is great. Fine, no problem at all. If Ole Miss were to lose, the Rebels would play either Utah or Grand Canyon at 9 Pacific time tomorrow night, 11 Central time tomorrow night. That would not be that would be suboptimal in the words of Brian Scott Rippey. And I'm cheering for optimal, so hotty toddy. Whew.
Kyle, thanks for super chat. Says when Alabama loses Saturday, DeBoer will lose the fan base and nearly everyone will turn on him. Will he be on the hot seat? I might just take the Penn State job. Then we can open up Alabama and just keep the carousel running. Keep the
Yep.
carousel running.
I asked Tyler and AJ about that yesterday. They did not put a lot of stock into the DeBoer leaving, and frankly, the only noise where that has come from has been Pennsylvania.
Eric asking again, appreciate that there from Venmo. Again, appreciate it. Good to see you, Eric. Says an oppressor, how often y'all ask trick questions and if they don't answer, it gives you and the audience an answer. I don't know if it's trick, but I felt like that's what a lot of stuff was yesterday, of him finding some avenue to ask something that he might sort of answer in a way. And it was a little bit of success there, but not enough to overly glean. I mean, I thought the one question, and I hope I get right on who asked it and what it was, that was, if you are in a mindset to think this said something was believable, was where he went on the thing about Monty Kiffin. And I think it was Sam Hutchins that asked the question. I could be wrong, but I think it was Sam from the Clarion Ledger. And he asked something along the lines of, in the past, you've discussed a lot about your decision making and leaving a place and how you did it. Would you would you take anything from that? Blah 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 blah. And he launches into what very much was some sort of media trained anecdote that was holstered up and ready to go about how when he was a kid he didn't understand the way they moved around and traveled, and it was confusing for a young person, but that it was a story he told at Monty, his dad's funeral, and that over time you realize that moving around allowed his dad to impact a lot of people and be a positive force in a lot of different people's lives all over the country. So that was, again, if you're reading anything from any answer, I thought that's an interesting anecdote to just have barreled up because it was a justification for not staying in one place. I mean, that's what it was. So
Yeah, yeah. No, he very clearly had done some media training over the weekend, and he had done his homework. Really, for about 10, 11 minutes, he did a pretty good job with it. I
yeah, had it
mean,
been cut off 3 minutes early, then I think everybody come off going okay, whatever.
yeah, I mean, he said he did the right thing from a media training standpoint when they asked about Boyce's interview, and he said he hadn't heard it. Um, can't prove that he did. The one that was I
But you
rolled my
have
eyes,
doubts.
serious doubts. The one that I rolled my eyes at was about the players' social media. That one didn't pass the smell test. That
He didn't know that Trinidad had tweeted anything or anybody else had tweeted anything, or I mean,
well, and when his three favorite players are the ones that are doing all the tweeting, it's a little. I'm not saying I'm suspicious, but yeah, I'm pretty
that's a
damn
good
suspicious.
point. I mean, it is Trinidad Chambliss, Keywan Lacey, and Winnie Watkins. It wasn't like
I mean,
random defensive back suddenly. I mean,
no,
with all due respect to Ricky Fletcher, it wasn't Ricky Fletcher going, "Hey, let me tell you about Lane Kiffin." I mean,
no. It was three players that if you talk to anyone on the team will tell you those are the three players that he communicates with the most. It wasn't.
Trinidad was at his house chilling on Saturday,
Yeah,
watching ball.
it wasn't Trace Bruckler, uh, you know, Caleb Odom, and you know, Will Eccles. It
I would
was
also like an explanation. Mickey points out something good there that they uh, they were in quotes, which I found interesting. That the comment
uh,
was in quotes.
I don't know.
Yes, people asking about what I put on the board, and I wasn't. This was not some clue. My point yesterday was that it affects everybody, and nobody really knows because this isn't about what Lane's going to do. It's about families and people impacted, even, and staff never know first. They're the last people to know almost always, especially when it's bad news. And I just happened to be running to the restroom before the press conference started yesterday and walked around the corner, and there's this, I guess, nutrition station where there's a bunch of hydration and snacks and all kind of stuff, and they've got big signs up that say "just for football players" because people have sticky hands when they walk by because I've seen that happen.
Not all people, just a
One
couple
or
of
two,
people.
one or two, one or two,
Yeah, yeah.
one or two,
One
and
in particular, yes.
yes, one or two, and somebody said straight from ChatGPT on the things that could be right, but anyway, staffer. I mean mid-level, like not an on-field coach, but not somebody who's like whatever was on the phone, and you could tell it was almost a stressful conversation. Almost kind of seemed like family, something, whatever, and just said, "We don't know what's going to happen. Just trying to show up every day and do my job like he's staying." And that's what I heard. And all you can do if you were that person or any of the people. But so again, it wasn't. So a lot of people took it of, "Oh, what are you trying to say?" I was like, "I'm not trying to say anything. I just thought it was a very human moment that I stumbled into accidentally as I was rounding the corner. That's all. No
Yeah,
big
I
deal."
mean, we got criticized a little bit last week by some people. It was just they weren't really mad at us. They're just mad at the situation. But people are like, why do you believe these people more than these people? And it's experience. It's not personal, it's experience. My experience in my career, and I'm old as the hills now, my experience is the last holders out of hope do it out of basically ignorance. And I don't mean ignorance in a bad way, just they don't know. And so they just do what they have to do every day to keep functioning. But I've covered coaching searches where a coach left and the staff literally was there that day of the leaving and didn't know it yet. They learned it through the media. That's happened. Coaches, they're because here's the thing: any coach who walks into a building and starts telling people, "Hey, I'm gone." I mean, it spreads like wildfire. All of these people have families. A lot of these men have wives. They go home. You don't think the wife says, "Well, John, Bob, what did you hear today?" They probably answer the question with, "I don't know." But if they were to say, "He told us he's leaving," she's probably going to tell a family member, a friend. It's going to spread. So those things don't happen. But I mean, according to what we're told, he did poll some people in the building. Hey, what would you think of this? And different people
And
gave him
didn't get a
different
great
answers.
answer. Yeah.
Probably didn't get the answer that he was looking for, but he. I mean, we're where we are. I think we're to the point now we're in a world where he did stay. We wouldn't get the whole "you guys made this up" thing. Because boy, if we made this up, we have some serious power because we have ruined some people's Thanksgivings. There's some
I'm
there's
kind
some
of
media types.
impressed.
There's some media types that are going to spend their Thanksgiving traveling to Mississippi that I don't think that was in the plans.
Probably some frustration there.
Yeah, probably.
I did
But if I
laugh
were gonna miss a
yesterday.
holiday, this is
Here
the
we
one I
go,
would.
Neil bashing family and togetherness. That's where this is
This is
coming.
the one that
Again,
I. This is the one that I'd say, it's all right.
the holiday with the most notable food choices, the most famous meal of any holiday, family and togetherness and football. Neil over here just taking a sledgehammer to it.
It's fine.
He likes the day after Thanksgiving when everybody goes shopping and leaves him alone. That's what he
All
likes.
right. Yes, that is nice. That is a nice day. That was the one good thing about the Egg Bowl being on Thanksgiving is the next morning you had nothing to do.
Yeah.
You woke up and you're like, "Ha!" And the air was crisp and it was just very refreshing.
I did laugh at our buddy Matt Bowers on Twitter yesterday. He said, the first time I got married, we decided to get divorced, but not tell family until after the Christmas holidays. It was about a 2 week period of time. It was long and awkward 2 weeks. I don't know what made me think of that. That was good.
Oh man.
I just hate it for the players. I mean, it's where we are. I mean, even yesterday, I told
I hate it
you,
for the fans. I hate it for the fans. Not to interrupt you. That
yeah,
I hate it for the fans.
this should be literally the season that you guys are making every memory about right now, and you're just elated to a point of we can't give you enough stuff about the team, and instead we're mired in this shit. That's where we are. The truth. Yeah, you're being cheated out of a special season right now. That's what you are. What are you looking at?
Reading the stream, people making fun of my Thanksgiving take. I
Oh,
very much love my family. I give thanks. Here's the thing: if you only give thanks one day a year, you're not giving thanks enough. You don't have enough gratitude. I give thanks frequently.
what I was
I'm just
saying.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
I mean, I'm not gonna forget. Yesterday Lane comes in, and again, he said, I'm not going to answer anything not related to the game, season, team, whatever. And everybody's doing their job. They're doing what they're supposed to do. Um, and he was, like I said, very respectful early. But the problem with this, too, is when he wants to talk about it, it's all anybody wants to talk about. He deflects. The players don't really have that option. Trinidad Chambliss comes in yesterday, and nobody was rude to Trinidad. We asked Egg Bowl questions and whatnot, and it wasn't bad, but he shouldn't be the one that has to catch it because the coach won't talk. And you're going to ask him things regarding locker room and what to say. And I give him some credit for some media training because I don't remember verbatim, but I asked Trinidad something along the lines of because he mentioned, hey, we're not, we're focused on in, we don't hear the noise, like all the stuff, we're doing whatever, all the cliche, and for Ole Miss's sake, hopefully true situations with that. If the quarterback's distracted, that would be a problem. But I said, if you're not hearing the noise, then why did you know to make a statement? Like why does that even something that's necessary then if so? And I'm making a joke, but I'm completely being serious. He completely avoided the question and was like, no, we're just inside. And like it gets done, and I was like, hey, I asked that poorly. Let me try it again. And then he gave an answer, but I thought that was good. That was good right there because you said something that was not even a little bit what I asked, and you knew it. So I'm kind of impressed right now. That was not bad. Good job, Trinidad.
Yeah,
Amen.
he's a sharp kid. He's been very good with media. He's
Mm-hmm.
kind of learned his cliches and if you will. And I mean, it's a shame that they're having to do media training right now. This should be a time when they could be, you know, enjoying the fruits of their labor because they're one win away from being in a what I think is a really good position, unless tonight brings weird news and there seems to be a buzz that it might. If it does, it's just really a shame. Just really a shame.
Oh, really?
Well, I have a feeling they're going to drop to 7 tonight. And when you're punishing a team for not playing, it almost begins to feel like you're setting up a move. We've been talking a lot about chess. I don't play chess, but in chess, you set moves up, right?
Mm-hmm.
This feels like we're setting a move up. It's easier to drop somebody from 7 to 9 than 6 to 9. Get them to 7 and then let a couple of things happen. I'm just telling you, I have some suspicions. I know we all bash the national media, and I do it too, but when they all start with the same thing, I wonder if they got some marching orders or if someone was feeding them something. Not
And
marching orders,
what's
feeding them something.
and what's ridiculous about that is a couple different things. Is like there is zero justification, especially right now, on this ranking tonight. And now I don't think it'll happen. We'll see. I mean, I could be wrong. That Oklahoma jumps Ole Miss. You beat them in Norman and have one fewer loss. Like that is asinine in every capacity. I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever. You are taking every metric, throwing it aside for one hypothetical metric. Like that just doesn't even justify anything. That's stupid. Um Oregon even jumping Ole Miss just
Get
shows
prepared.
recency bias. And I think it's going to happen, but it's complete recency bias. They beat an SC team. It's got 3 losses. Um, Beat a Penn State team in overtime that fell off the wagon after they were number 3 when they beat them. Good team, damn good team. Beat the crap out of some bad teams, the whole deal. But if you're not better than them last week, you're not better than them this week after just simply beating SC. Like that's not enough. Yet that is 100% going to happen. I mean, it's kind of like Alabama. They lost to Florida State. Nobody even cared. It was completely a non-entity. Whereas had the season been flipped, they would have fallen like 7 spots, 8
Yep.
spots, and you're like, what? Just go to a damn computer system. Just go to a computer system, plug the stuff in,
Yes.
and spit out where you're ranked. I'm great
Yep.
with it.
100%.
Don't let humans be humans because we're all idiots.
But it's like they're setting it up where, and maybe I'm being overly uh, suspicious here. It's certainly possible. Um, it almost feels like they're setting up a scenario where the Egg Bowl's close, in a world where it's close, and in a world where Lane leaves the next day, they can go, well, we don't really know what Ole Miss is anymore without Lane Kiffin on the sideline. Let's let's bump them out of a home game.
But in that world,
If I'm,
you would be bumping them behind Oklahoma.
yeah,
And it's like,
I know. I don't know how you can
oh,
justify 11-1 Ole Miss seated below 10-2 Oklahoma when Ole Miss went to Oklahoma and won. I don't know how you do that where Ole Miss's only loss, assuming Georgia wins, is going to be to the team that's ranked third or fourth or whatever in the. I don't know how you do that, which means that maybe they won't. I don't really understand why they're going to drop below Oregon tonight.
but we both believe that is going to happen.
I'll be a little surprised if it doesn't, just based on all the projections that are coming out. I do know enough of those people to know that they're connected, and some of those people are very likely talking to people on the committee.
So currently, Ole Miss is at 6. Ohio State's still going to be at 1.
Yep,
Indiana's going to be at 2.
yep,
A&M's going to be at 3.
yep.
Georgia's going to be
Georgia,
at 4.
yep.
Texas Tech's going to be at 5.
And why
And
is
then
Texas
after
Tech?
that,
Why is Texas Tech the 5? What is that based
recency
on?
bias because they beat BYU 2 weeks ago. That's it. They jumped because Ole Miss played the Citadel and they played BYU. This is nothing but about where you are on the schedule when you beat somebody and you just start jumping other people because you have a win all of a sudden. It's so stupid. Like, this is, and Texas Tech's good. They're good, but the resume is
No, they're real
it does
good.
not justify that.
Right. Okay, so they're the 5. Oregon's going to be the 6. Ole Miss will be the 7. Or Ole Miss will stay the 6 and Oregon will be the 7.
Yes, tonight I just can't see Oklahoma jumping Ole Miss like that. That they haven't lost their coach yet. Like you can't justify that today in a ranking. Hey,
No,
we're going to project out that Kiffin may leave down the road, and thus we're like, come on, like what are you doing?
yeah, no.
I mean, I
If
guess they can, but
I told you this, if I'm Ole Miss, Glenn Boyce, Keith Carter, those people on Friday, and Ole Miss beats Mississippi State, and I believe that Lane's leaving, even though nothing's been announced, I have to start publicly campaigning with the committee for my team. Maybe I can wait a day, but I've got to do it. The moment that the Kiffin thing is resolved, I've got to get out in front of media, national media. I've got to start campaigning for my team. I've
and
got
I'm
to be on
hyping up
the.
my coordinators still doing their jobs. I'm hyping up my team. I'm hyping up Joe Judge from an organizational level. And frankly, I'm calling Lane Kiffin out for being unorganized and going here. No, actually,
No, what I would say is, frankly, if we're going to be frank about this, this has been going on for about 40 days, 42 days, 6 weeks. Our team has completely avoided the distraction of it. It has been a very disciplined group of young men. I mean, and then privately, I would be on the phone with those people on the committee going, you do this, one day it's going to happen to your team, your school. There's a lot of money on the line here. There's no justification for this. You're letting some CAA friendly national media dictate a narrative that the numbers don't support.
well, I mean, look, we talk about leverage and who should do what. Greg Sankey should be making sure this doesn't happen,
Yeah.
frankly.
And
Sankey
and
behind the things goes, hey, I have a stick here. Do you really want to play this?
yeah, yeah. And maybe he will. I'm not comfortable convicting people of a crime that they haven't committed yet. So let's wait and see. But if I'm Ole Miss, I am taking some proactive measures ahead of time. I'm getting players on national shows. I'm getting administrators that can. I mean, Boyce was pretty good with Richard Cross yesterday.
It
I
was.
think he could handle a national interview. I think he'd be just fine, and I'd make sure that I made those people available.
Wicked Brew, I appreciate you. This all seems very collusive between the media, the conference, and our coach. It will cost Ole Miss and Oxford 40 or 50 million in economic impact. The numbers we got were actually higher than that. It was like 50 to 70
Mm-hmm.
on impact is what I asked and was told that from somebody who would know. So
I don't know that the conference is in on anything, honestly. I mean, I know I get people want
that
me to
wouldn't
go
make
after.
sense.
It's my
Because there's a
understanding
world
that
where
you,
Ole Miss and Oklahoma get home games. That's what the conference wants. They want
yeah,
Ole Miss hosting Georgia, whoever the hell it is, Louisville, SMU, whatever, and then they want Oklahoma hosting Notre Dame and just counting all the Benjamins. Like just thank you. Yes,
you're
send
just
the Irish to
determined.
Norman.
You're just determined to put SMU in Oxford.
What? I
Oh
I
no,
kind of like
you
SMU. I
love the
like the ponies.
uniforms. You want that uniform game. That's what it is.
What's
Yeah.
their what's their pony called? What's his name? Starts with a P. What's his
Oh, I
name?
don't know. I didn't know he had a name.
Yeah, oh, yeah. The SMU pony name. What is it? It's like it starts with a P. Peruna. Yeah, Peruna.
Oh,
Yeah,
Peruna.
yeah.
Peruna the pony.
Uh-huh. Been around since 1932.
So Peruna and Tony could have a race on the field before the game.
You just missed the bear.
It was working. It
I
was
know.
fine. It was
It was
on its
starting
way
to
to.
work.
It was just when he was sort of like just when he was finally getting comfortable.
If it's Ole Miss and SMU, I just need a favor, and I need Brad Sheffield to let me handle the seat assignments. That's my only request. I have one small request. Can I lay out the placards
Hey,
on
hey,
the
Brad,
on the table
present it like this. Say you've got a lot going on. Let me take something off your table.
off your plate?
Yeah, I'll do the media seating chart.
Got it.
It's done. You can take that off your pretty little head. It's that worry is gone.
Uh-huh.
I've got it. And you don't have to pay me for it. I'm doing this pro bono
Public
out of
service, really.
the goodness of my heart.
Yes. I got time. It's a holiday. It's cool. It's fine.
Oh, I know what
So,
that would look like.
uh, God, it's so good. Oh, Brad's here. He said, "Consider it done." See, done right there. We're good. Goals. Brad, love to see you. See, we're fine.
There we go. Awesome.
And then I'm going to set a GoPro up, and we're going to have a great day. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be a fantastic day. So, yeah. Ole Miss, SMU. One of Ole Miss's largest comebacks ever was against SMU in Dallas back in the Deuce days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I remember
So,
that.
can't wait. Yeah, all excited. All right, back in a minute before we do that. Tell you about Jackson Graber Group with GMFS Mortgage. John Graber here in Oxford, local trusted mortgage lender. Help all home buyers with first home, new construction, refinancing. Graduated from Oxford High, Ole Miss alum. Local in-house processing, underwriting, servicing, and construction. Also got great condo financing. That's a big deal in Oxford. He can take care of you. It's a little confusing, a lot going on there. Let him help you with those condos. So buying a home, refinancing, or just have questions, that's gmfsmortgage.com/JGG 662-762-4502.
We're brought to you by Arnett's Fine Jewelry. It's a fourth generation jeweler located in the old Lamons building on North Lamar Avenue in Oxford. It's Christmas shopping time. It officially begins on Friday, but you probably already started. But if you're coming in over the weekend, uh, coming up for Christmas shopping, stop at Arnett's if you have any jewelry needs at all. They got all the gifts for Christmas, for birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, everything you're looking for in gifting. They've got it at Arnett's. They want to be your jeweler. And if you're shopping for Friday, getting ready, or you're getting ready for the Egg Bowl, the College Corner has plenty of polos and tees and hoodies and quarter zips and everything else you're looking for in stock. All of the name brands that you know and love: Nike, Horn Legend, Champion, Antigua, just to name a few. At the Oxford location on Sisk Avenue, right across the street from the secret Chick-fil-A. And then they've got a couple of locations in the Jackson area, one in Ridgeland by the Fleet Feet, one in Flowood next to the Half Shell. And you can always visit collegecornerstore.com. We're also brought to you by Kaiser Flooring. You can kick up the cozy in your home this season with new floors from Kaiser Flooring. As certified installers, they're proud to offer a wide range of options, including heated tile. In fact, did you know they even build showers? They offer a lifetime warranty against leaking. Wherever you stand in your home, stand confidently thanks to the specialist at Kaiser Flooring. Visit Kaiser Flooring in Oxford or Batesville or check them out online at kaiserflooring.com. And listen, starting tonight, you got basketball, you got the holiday coming up on Thursday, you got Black Friday, the Egg Bowl, big college football weekend. I mean, I'm not one to tell people how to celebrate or how to do it, but if you ask me, I will say Coors Banquet. That's all you need to know. You need a Coors Banquet in your life. Since its inception in 1873, Coors has been brewed in the same tradition as the 150-year-old original recipe. Banquet is crafted with 100% Rocky Mountain water. I was flying over Denver the other day looking at the Rockies, and I was thinking, man, there's a lot of Coors goodness right down there. And you can have it in your life as well. So when you're enjoying a banquet, remember, Chase, you're drinking history.
Every time. Can't help it. Oh, God. Podcast brought to you by Horn Legend, hornlegend.com. Got new stuff in all of a sudden, even the last couple of days. Neil hadn't even seen it yet. It arrived yesterday, day before. Some great pullovers, some extra hoodies, things like that. The vests are incredible. The quarter zips, the sports shirts. Hey, take care of Christmas. They got collegiate stuff. They got Ole Miss stuff. They got Grove Collective stuff. Got NPW digital stuff coming as well. And please click them on the drop down box. So for excellent premium men's wear as well as the women's jackets and vests. Started handing those out. Those are awesome also. So whether you're our 4%ers, 18%ers, or the men that listen every day, appreciate you again. That is hornlegend.com. Podcast also brought to you by Chicory Market, chicorymarket.com, right there on North Lamar in Oxford. Look, you got a lot of holiday shopping coming up. Go get the best food available, and that's at Chicory in Oxford. They got great catering stuff. If you need to pick up something already made, or pick up the best ingredients in town to take care of it yourself. Maybe you need some charcuterie trays from Johnsonville Creamery. You're hosting Thanksgiving, need some crudité, all those things available for you there again with johnsonvillecreamery.com and chicorymarket.com. Yes, Mr. McCready?
You said some of the more stuff has come in?
Yeah, we got one of your new hoodies came in right here. Yeah,
Oh, how about that?
you got a
Has
hoodie right there.
has has Brock's stuff come in yet?
I do not see that here, no, but
Okay.
it'll get here. We're
Oh,
okay. I think more's coming tomorrow, maybe. I think I have it right.
okay.
And then this one's good for Ole Miss people. It's one I gave Jeffrey. I got one for myself. Is the powder in red? It's for him MUS, but they're good looking quarter zips there with
Oh
powder
yeah,
red and some
that's
whatever. So
good.
got that also there from Horn Legend. Appreciate that. Yeah,
Absolutely. Their stuff is awesome.
yeah.
This is Horn
I'm
Legend
so
right
lost
here.
in train of thought now. Is it
Yeah.
minus
It's
two?
the real tree hoodie thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll wear some Horn Legend in Memphis tonight for the event.
Yeah.
I'll pick something
Yeah.
out, put it on. I know
Signing those books.
everybody's going to want to talk a lot of baseball. I mean, just so many baseball questions tonight is what that's going to
I
be.
can't imagine what else anyone will ask you about. Chase, what's the batting order look like? Let's talk about the
I mean,
pitching
I told people
rotation
on the
after.
board if you'll come and buy a book, I'll tell you one thing I haven't posted.
Okay.
I don't know what that one thing is yet, but we'll figure it out. I got plenty of options.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there's no doubt about that. Boy, do we.
It might go depending on how many books you buy. Hey, I want 10 books. Okay, now we'll really get going. Let me tell you. I know where we're at, so it's all good. I do hate this because, like I said, we haven't. I mean, the team, the game, everything's been so secondary. They're going to win this football game. I more than feel like. I mean, they got to play well, but you just run Keywan Lacey all day, and you're probably going to end up all right if you don't turn this thing over 4 times and be sloppy as all hell. You're going to have a huge visiting crowd, probably the largest visiting crowd in the Egg Bowl in a really long time, because normally that is pretty light crowds outside of family and things like that. Like going with family of the other, like
Yeah. Yeah.
fans of the other team is what I meant by that. Um, do you have any game thoughts as we move into Wednesday tomorrow?
I mean, it's you have to run the ball effectively, and Ole Miss almost certainly will. Offense hasn't ever really been a problem. Look, this State does some Pete's Pigskin preview runs today. You should watch it. State does some things differently with both quarterbacks. Shapen is a very smart quarterback. He makes good reads. He makes good decisions. He's made some really good throws. The young kid is still in the development stage in terms of decision making. They appear to take a lot of those decisions off his tape, off his plate. Very athletic, can make plays. If you don't contain him in the pocket, he's very explosive. State's path to winning this game is to score points and create turnovers. Ole Miss's path to winning this game is just to play a clean football game, run the football, be opportunistic on defense, make a couple of stops, get off the field, get a lead, take the momentum, take any thought of winning away early. If you do that, you're probably in really good shape. Where these games get scary is you get middle, late third quarter, and it's close, and the team goes, hell, why not? We got nothing to lose. And the other team starts going, oh, my God, we can't lose. And then you have this mental, and you've seen it play out on football fields. So I think the start's vital for Ole Miss. Get out to a 2-score lead, and you're probably fine. They'll probably go, screw it. There's a little bit of a karma thing that Lane set up yesterday that I thought, boy, if I were covering this nationally and something happened, I know what I'd be able to write about. Where Lane's like, look, the kids don't care. I don't remember the exact quote. Let me find it. I did write a whole entire thing.
Look, he's got a little truth on that, but nowhere near to the level that he plays that out as.
So
it is different, but good Lord, at the banging of that drum.
Let me find it. I've got it right here. Tyler Comas was kind enough to send me the transcript. Saved me a lot of time yesterday. I'm very appreciative of Tyler doing that. I'm looking. Hold on, because I know this is not great pod, but I want to find it. Okay. The question was about how the team has responded to all of the noise. And he said, I think they've done an amazing job. They were here at 8:30 last night and back this morning for practice. I've said it before, it's a different generation, guys. I know it's different than what we were in when players couldn't leave and players chose to go play for their home state a lot, all that. This is a different generation. They can all leave every year. A lot of that is financially based, and so they don't think the traditional way that years ago they did about their coach and what's going to go on with him next year. That's not how they think anymore. That makes it a lot easier to not listen to the noise. As a fan, that noise is really loud because it's your team and it's your team for a long time. These kids don't think that way. It's a product of the system.
There is some truth,
yes,
but it is so overplayed though. At the same time,
what went through my mind is that if I were a national columnist and I heard that quote, I would tell myself, well, my quote if State wins, my column if State wins is going to be so easy. Because you'd look down on the field and say, they care. And look, if I'm Jeff Lebby, this is a really easy pregame speech for me. Their coach doesn't think you care. They don't think any of y'all care. And those people in the stands, they care. You get a chance to go wreck their season. Wreck it. We become bowl eligible. There's something in it for us too. But we can wreck them. Let's go wreck them. Nobody thinks we can do it. They've got half the stadium full with their people. They're here for a party. Let's spoil it.
You said wreck it. It reminds me of that scene from the end of For Love of the Game when Augie Garrido looks at the rookie and goes, "Hey, wreck it."
Yeah, and he almost did, man. He hit that ball right down. Just missed.
He just.
But no, that's what I would. It would be an easy. Easy motivational speech. Go wreck it. Hey, this is the big national story today. Let's make it even bigger. Let's make sure they're talking about us at the end of the day. I don't know. It's just, look, he's not wrong. Like I told somebody yesterday, someone was kind of upset about that. And I was like, well, he's not wrong. I mean, this is the system we have created.
He's not wrong. It's just also not universal. There's plenty of players that are pissed.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of players who care.
That's the problem. And he
Right.
never even contemplates answering in that way. It's just the easy answer. It's the answer that takes pressure off him, basically going, hey, I can do whatever hell I want to because I'm just going to tell you they don't care anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not wrong, but it's also crap at the same time.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, I just don't know how you walk away from your team as it gets ready for the playoffs. I just don't know how you do it. I don't know how you justify that to yourself. Forget anybody else. Forget what anyone else thinks. How do you actually walk out of a building before the deal is done? It's wild to me. I can't imagine.
Well, he's going to blame Ole Miss.
Yeah.
He's going to blame Ole
No
Miss
one,
and go,
no,
oh, I just wanted to finish it and they wouldn't let me, which is so freaking
no one's
disingenuous.
gonna,
Like
no one's gonna
it's
believe that.
crap.
No one's going to believe
I mean,
that.
even the CAA planted people will have a hard time with that one. Uh, Super chat, appreciate you. I don't know what your name is because we switched to these usernames. J.A. Doring, appreciate you. How much heat is Kiffin going to take if Oregon jumps us in the rankings tonight? How can he even tell the team not to listen to the noise? I mean, it's a very valid thing because the noise just cost you a freaking spot. Yet he will just ignore it and act like it never happened because
Yeah.
that's how that works. Yes. He wants
Yeah.
his cake and wants to eat it too. He doesn't care about timing. And if some world happens where he is still here, then
I did enjoy
we'll we'll cover.
SEC shorts yesterday, where Tennessee comes over with glasses and wine.
Well, I did love the tweet last week. I don't know, it was like some random Tennessee fan, and he posted and he mentioned or added like a bunch of Ole Miss people, and then he goes, "Maybe y'all get now while we threw the mustard at him," and it was like, okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee hands Ole Miss the mustard. You'll need these.
Look, if he stays, I get to go do all the message board stuff on Florida and LSU and go, oh my God, we get all the popcorn and get to do all that, which will be great. Florida mainly, only Florida, pretty much. My God, you people.
Yeah, yeah.
You people.
You
Uh,
people.
yeah, good Lord.
My God.
But dude, if he goes to LSU, this game next year,
Oh,
dude, it's here, like right over there.
I wouldn't put it at night. Play
Maybe
that
not
thing at about 8. Play it at about 8 a.m.
when it comes out in April, and they
God.
go 11 a.m. early kick. The
Yeah.
Rebels and Tigers. I
Phew, that day.
mean, frankly, if he stays that day, even. Yeah, there's a lot of content, a lot of things I kind of want to say, but we need to see how the rest of the week goes first. So, oh Lord, it's just one thing after another. I'm exhausted by it though. I'll be really glad when Saturday gets here. Either way, I'm ready to be done and just talk about something else.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
I'm
I'm really ready to be done and talk about something else.
yeah, I mean, we've worked pretty hard the last few weeks. I'm not complaining, but yeah, I feel like mine. Several questions in the mailbag were kind of funny. It was like something about MLS. I have no idea, and something else. I realized that I've been consumed basically with this story for 6, 7 weeks. And it's a huge story. And I don't know.
I just keep coming back to it. I mean, we're gonna go to the last break in a second, but what the normal coverage would look like if we weren't doing this. We have to do this. This is the story. But Ole Miss is on the precipice of 11-1. Like, I don't think that's click for people, Neil. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like all this is almost like created this mental block where so many people don't like. You go 11-1, 50 wins in 5 years. What was supposed to be a rebuild year, and 11-1. Gotten real comfortable with winning around here lately,
No, I mean,
to where you don't really even think about how far it's come.
well, here's the part that I can't believe that this is happening. It never comes up. This is the team that, if it wins on Friday, is going to have a chance to compete for the national championship.
Yes,
This is a team that's going to have a chance to compete for the national championship. It will be 3 to 4 wins away from being national champs. Not everybody gets that opportunity. Making this
11-1
playoff is,
SEC teams are national title contenders. Period.
yes, this is an Ole Miss team that its only loss was to the fourth ranked team in the country in a game where it led by 2 scores on the road in the fourth quarter. Now, Georgia was the better team that day and ultimately won the game. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, yeah, I mean, I was having this conversation with Mike Griffith the other day, who covers Georgia. And we were talking about, if Ole Miss was the 5 and Georgia was the 4, and they played each other in the Sugar Bowl or whatever, how New Orleans' ability to accumulate enough alcohol for the city would be tested on New Year's in that scenario. But Ole Miss would have a chance in that game. I'd favor Georgia, but Ole Miss would have a chance. And if you won that game, you wake up and you're playing in a national semifinal, which means there's only 4 teams left. So you have a chance to compete at that level, and we're not even talking about it.
Yes.
And sometimes I get mad at us for not doing it, but that's not the story. Is this national story that's unfolding in front of our eyes, involving a coach leaving a team for a rival before the playoffs even begin. It's an unprecedented story, and so it's what we are talking about. And if I were running our newsroom in a traditional way, I'd be saying, let's focus on the story. This is the story that people want to read about, people are talking about. It's where ABC has a real challenge on Friday morning, is that they owe it to the players and the fans and everyone to cover the game, and they will, but they also owe it to a national audience to focus on the story that everyone's talking about, and that's not the game.
Yeah. Take our final break. Tell you if your home and auto insurance keeps going up, what the fuck's the firm? A proud Liberty Mutual and Safeco Insurance agency partner. Take a look. Found Ole Miss alum Brian Hayden. They service the entire Southeastern Conference. Let their team of licensed professionals review your insurance needs, put together coverages to protect you and your family without breaking the bank. So schedule a consultation by calling 662-236-1101 or emailing staff@thefirmsouth.com. That's 662-236-1101, staff@thefirmsouth.com.
We're brought to you by Argent Wealth. Call Argent Wealth's 401k advisory services team today, and they'll conduct a complimentary, no-obligation benchmarking and analysis of your current 401k plan. Mention that you heard about them here on Blue Sky Live. You get 10% off your first year's fees. We're brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. John is part of Virtuoso. It's a worldwide network of travel partners that allows him to supply his clients with added values, unique benefits, simply not available to other travelers. Get in touch with John, 901-494-3387. Give him some parameters and a budget. Let him give you some options. You don't have to live in Memphis to take advantage of his services. It's also JEdwards@regencytravel.net. Get the beautiful, healthy smile you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. From routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign, Corinth Dental is here to help you achieve your smile goals. Schedule your appointment today. Take the first step toward a better version of yourself. It's corinthdental.com. My mailbag is done. I'm probably going to publish it today. I normally publish it on Wednesday, but probably push it out today. It's brought to you by Art Hayes, Sotheby's International Realty. Are you thinking of making a move? Put the power of Sotheby's to work for you. As a licensed agent with Sotheby's and a supporter of all things Ole Miss, Art can help you buy or sell in your hometown or anywhere in the world at no charge to you. Seriously. So call and ask Art how. 612-805-5929 or email art@arthur.hayes@lakesmn.com. And hey, if you're looking for your favorite Ole Miss hat, your favorite hat, college team, if you've got buying gifts for friends, maybe they cheer for other teams, look no further than Hovey hats. It's hoveydrygoods.com, Hovi drygoods.com. High quality headgear. The website's great. Get in touch with them. It's made for Rebs by Rebs. hoveydrygoods.com.
Podcast is brought to you by New Albany Pharmacy and Solutions. That's newalbanypharmacy.com. New website, great place to go to see what all they have to offer. 140 Fairfield Drive there in New Albany. For all you Union County people, contact them 662-539-7777. Family-owned pharmacy with excellent service. Wide range of gifts for all ages, home decor, jewelry, and more. Tell them you heard about them from MPW Digital. Get 15% off any non-medical purchase. Again, newalbanypharmacy.com. All right. A couple of things to point here, and I don't know what difference this will make, if anything, but while we're talking about the college football playoff committee and all that, probably worth noting that Ole Miss does have a former player on the committee. Wesley Walls, a member of the committee. And then, again, I don't know to what level this matters, but Glenn Boyce, as mentioned in the thread, is on the NCAA College Football Board of Governors. So both those appointments, at least worth mentioning to whatever degree here as we move forward. Apparently, Heather Dinich was discussing this possibility on ESPN this morning. I'm seeing from the board while we're talking. So,
What did Heather say? I'm sorry.
just said that it was a possibility, but didn't go into overly detail either way.
A little inside baseball. If you guys are wanting, before you stress over this, wait for Heather to tell you. If she tells you it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. If she tells you it is a big deal, no matter how mad it makes you, you should probably start preparing yourself. It's well understood that she is perhaps the most connected reporter to the committee.
Okay. Yes, despite my better judgment, I do believe I'm doing a watch party on Saturday. That'll be provided to you, or Friday.
Right.
Sorry, not Saturday. God, there will not be a watch party on Saturday. I mean,
No, I've
Neil was
seen
trying to
somebody.
get me to do it for the Iron Bowl, and I just don't think it's a great idea, but, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Neil 100% does not want to do a watch party for the Iron Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, we're just not going to.
No.
Just, I will say this: if Saturday is a huge newsworthy day, we might do something special on Sunday or something. But it probably will not be Saturday. I mean, just we joked about family and stuff earlier, but Saturday realistically is going to be the only chance I'm going to have to see my family. So I really don't want to spend hours. We have content ready. We'll do our jobs, but probably not going to do a big live stream that night.
Yeah, Sunday feels more right on that if it's necessary there at that point. Ole Miss Iowa tonight, really good early test for the Rebels. They are a 3-point underdog in Palm Springs, California. Neil will be there in attendance there tonight for that. Again, Iowa 4-0. They have beaten Robert Morris, Western Illinois, got a 20-point win over Xavier at home, Southeast Missouri, and then Chicago State. They have not been tested to this point at all. Everything is a blowout in favor of the Hawkeyes. What are a couple things people need to know about Iowa as we move forward?
Well, you're basically playing Drake tonight. 6 players from last year's Drake team, including 3 starters. It was a Drake team that went to the second round of the tournament, lost to Texas Tech after they eliminated Missouri. Ben McCollum is the first-year coach at Iowa. He was at Drake for a year before that. Very, very good, disciplined coach. He inherited a Iowa roster that sort of fits the kind of players that he typically recruits and has success with. They're very efficient on offense. They don't turn it over much. They take good shots. They shoot the ball well. It's critical against them not to let them get to the free throw line. The statistics just bear it out that when they get to the line more than their opponent, they win. Um, they're not elite on defense by any measure. They give up the three ball. You can score on them. This is a game for Ole Miss that you watch turnovers, you watch fouls, and you simply watch shooting efficiency. You have to play defense. You have to play the whole shot clock. You've got to be connected defensively, and it should be a really fun game. I mean, I think this is going to end up being a Q1 game for whoever wins it, and it's not going to be a devastating loss for whoever loses it. Whoever loses is going to learn something about themselves. But I was at the Ole Miss team hotel yesterday, saw the Iowa team. They're a good-looking team. It should be a lot of fun. It should be a fun game. I'm excited about it, because now with the way media is done, we always get seated up top except for tournaments, and so I get to be kind of down on the floor tonight and watch what I think is going to be a pretty high-level game right in front of me.
Speaking of our network, by the way, if you want to get some stuff on Iowa, if you're a 24/7 sports subscriber, Sean Bach, who covers the Hawkeyes for HawkeyeInsider.com, he had a pretty good piece yesterday. He did 50 things on the Hawkeyes from their 5-0 start. So you get 50
Oh,
facts about Iowa so far from a basketball standpoint. I'm just flipping through it right now, and
he
is
out
it geared
here?
toward Ole Miss a little bit? I don't think so.
Okay.
Best I can tell, no. But he talks
By the
about how
way,
they would try to defend Cameron and all these kind of different things.
yeah. By the way, there's a lot of people that keep asking if this was planned. This has been planned since basically late summer. This is not a conspiratorial thing to go do coaching content. I wish I were that connected that I could just run over to Lincoln Riley's office and ask him about the Ole Miss visit, Ole Miss on the record, and he can tell me all about it. I don't think that's how it works.
They said Iowa's now up to 4.5 in this game. I saw it at 3 yesterday. So
They're good.
don't if Ole Miss loses, don't freak out. It's not changing your season. Calm
No,
down,
no,
people.
yeah, no. This is not going to hurt anyone's resume. It's going to help someone's.
Yeah, chill. Gonna be all right.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little early. I've seen some people doing the leagues down. And, if you just go by nothing but results, it does look that way. Like the league's down a click. It's a little early for that. And then number two, even if it's down a click, it's not hurting. I don't think it's going to end up hurting this team. I think this is a tournament team, and we'll go from there. I think Iowa is too. Chris made a pretty compelling argument for them that if they had different uniforms on, they'd be ranked in the top 15 right now.
Next 4 really interesting for the Rebels. They get Iowa today. They get either Grand Canyon or Utah tomorrow. Miami on December the 2nd, back at the Pavilion, and then at St. John's December the 6th, there at the Garden. So the next 4. What time is are you going to watch the other game? Is it after yours tonight?
I don't know. I need to find out. If I might go watch Utah and Grand Canyon just to watch. I mean,
You got nothing else to do. Whatever.
no, I really don't. I'm going to get a workout in this morning, do a little bit of work, and make
Because
some
it's only
calls.
7:34 there.
That is correct. It is 7:34 in the morning. I've been very efficient in California because getting up before the crack of dawn.
Like basically done by 8. So yeah, it's all
Well,
good.
I had that layover in the Denver airport where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start getting ahead on my stuff. And I looked up at the end of 6 hours and I'm like, I just did a lot. I was very pleased with myself. And then I got up super early on Monday and did a lot. And now I'm kind of caught up, really.
Check one thing, 'cause I'm curious before we get out of here. Ken Palm is predicting you get a barn burner tonight. Ken Palm is projecting Iowa 73, Ole Miss 72 tonight.
Oh, I kind of think it's going to be a really close game. I actually, I think it's going to be a really fun game. A little contrast in styles. Ole Miss they looked pretty locked in yesterday. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see a game. I think it's gonna be a really good game.
Mac, with the question of the day, why does our rifle team constantly beat the service academies? It's a valid question.
It's concerning, honestly.
It's the running joke. I have no problem when I see Army wins the national title in rifle.
Yeah, you're
Please,
like,
yes, that
good.
would be great.
That's awesome. No offense, but when Ole Miss beats Army in rifle, I'm like, that's not good. That's a problem.
I think Ole Miss was ranked like number one in the country here recently. Is that right in rifle?
I don't know. I mean, good for them, but you kind of feel like Army and Navy and Air Force should be up at the top.
Alaska Fairbanks is a power.
Yeah. I mean, where's like Virginia military? Let's, you know,
I know you're shocked. West Virginia is really good at rifle.
I was going to say, I bet they're good.
Yeah, they are. They're a power.
Yeah, I bet.
Kentucky is pretty good. Yeah.
Freestyle, West Virginia's like, that's us.
Yeah.
We're number one.
The rifle version of the dude in the Olympics that just came in and held his pistol up, started firing.
Yeah. Some cat
God.
right out of Wheeling, West Virginia goes, oh, you got a rifle team? Here. Some bitch.
Oh, it's great. All right. Let's see. Real quick, running question to end. What's y'all's illumination setup for running in these short days of limited daylight? I don't really have one, and I'm probably going to get hit by a car at some point. But I run with. I mean, I don't run in traffic for the most part, so I'm not. I don't. Yeah. I mean,
Do you know how many times
I do have a.
how many times in the last 2 weeks I've had to fight the urge to ask people to go play in traffic?
Oh.
Yeah. I've been mad at a few people to the point where I almost posted go play in traffic.
I have a jacket that's got the orange reflector stuff on it that if it's really cold out, I could wear and it wouldn't be a hindrance. But when I'm running really early in the mornings, I mean, there's nobody out but a couple dog walkers and it's the same people every single day. There's hardly any cars, so it's never a thing. So I tell you what I do keep is some compression socks that are highlighter that will flash and show people I'm there if I need to wear them. They're like the shin ones, so I'll put those on in a worst situation. The sixth, good luck to you. So starting my plan for marathon number 5 this week, March 15th. So, well, got a little ways to go there. Yeah, I'm still targeting like first week of May. I think that's where I'm sitting at, but we'll make a decision soon. So anyway, all right, coverage tonight, rebels247.com will be Neil's coverage, more coming to you, and then we'll be back with you tomorrow morning for another edition of the podcast. So everybody stay connected over there. We'll give you any news as it comes, and we'll talk to you again soon.